Hi, welcome to the Quick City Workshop. Today's video is about something that is called earth cement. Normal soil that you find in your garden, or depends on what type of soil you have. It can be soil that is not too much clay, or either not too sandy, something in between. Preferably a soil that forms clots easily, like hard clots. So if you look in your soil and it's dry and there's pieces of clots that is hard to break, but it is possible to break it up, it's probably a good type of soil to use. So in my case, I have this soil, and to test it, if I add a little bit of water to it, if I take some of this soil, my sample, and I just add some water to it, until it's damp. And if I take that mud and I compress it and leave it in the sun to dry, and it comes out something like this, into clots that is medium hardness, like that. You can break up. It's quite hard to break up, but that is probably a good type of soil. So if it's too sandy, it won't stick together. If it's too clayey, it will crack when it dries out. So the first step that I did is I took this soil, and it was already damp because it was lying outside. I spread it out and let it air dry. Then I took the dry soil and I put it through a sieve. The sieve is about holes of about 3 to 4 millimeter in size, and it ended up having this sieved sand with little stones in it. After sieving it, what was left was this, some of the clots that didn't break up, and stones and stuff. So it's very important not to have any clots in the sand, otherwise the cement won't mix with those clots, and you'll end up with having places where it will just be soil and no cement. And then adding a mixture of roughly anything between 10 and 16% of cement, Portland cement, with it, and mix it thoroughly so it turns into a grey color. And in this mixture, now this is very important, this mixture mustn't be made too wet. It's just to make it damp. So what will happen is we take this mixture and we dampen it, spread it out, and I just add a little bit of water. If this damp mixture gets stamped down, compressed. You can see immediately that it's got a hard surface, and you can actually walk on it when it's stamped down like this without making any indentations with your feet. If this is left to cure overnight, and then for the following couple of days it's kept damp by just spraying a little bit of water on it and making sure that it doesn't dry out. This cures into a very hard and stable soil that you can either pour a concrete slab over that if you want a very strong surface under the concrete, or you can actually, in my case, I'm going to use this as a temporary workshop floor, and I'm going to decide later what I'm going to do with my floor. So let me show you in this video what I did, and then you can maybe learn from this and do the same if you want to save money. Maybe you want to have a temporary floor, maybe you want to experiment, maybe you don't want something that is concrete, but you want something that's durable enough to drive a car on. Maybe you are an environmentalist and you don't want to do something that's environmentally unfriendly, because this is possible to break up later and to be reintroduced into nature, other than concrete, which is just ugly and contaminates the soil. This is a way of saving some money if you are on a very low budget. I was fortunate to get the soil was sponsored, very generously sponsored by someone in our community. I asked for, because I needed a lot of it and I couldn't dig big holes in my garden. So I was fortunate to get some soil from someone. And I was also fortunate, I asked for a sponsor for the cement, and I'll leave a link in the description the people that were involved in sponsoring this. I just say thank you so much, Rakesh from Dalton Hardware, for sponsoring the Portland cement for this project. I really appreciate it. And let's start and let's see how this turns out. Is the soil all spread out and raked, and I've left it for a day or two just to dry out, so that when I walk over it, it doesn't compact anymore. It is now semi-dry, dried out. what I did is we scraped it a level and we divided it into 6 equal parts, and each part will get 1 bag of cement. This is the floor. It's all dry cement and sand. This is still just the powder, cement powder, and if I go to trowel like this, that's basically all I did to the whole floor. And I'm gonna wet it now and then start compacting. I'm using an old piece of carpet because the soil kept on sticking to the bottom of this stamper of mine, and that it gives it a nice texture also, as you can see there. I'm halfway. It's night time. Now I just have to carry on because the cement is setting, and I need to compact the whole floor before I can call it a day. It's about 3 or 4 times a day. I just come here and give it a good spray. You don't want to over wet it, just so that there's a layer of moisture, and especially here where the sun came through. It's a late afternoon sun, it's not as bad. And then it's important for this floor to cure properly. So there you have it. This is a earth cement floor.